Hello again, Tropics fans, and welcome to the latest edition of Tropics Weekly. How exciting is it? We are literally now just a few days away from kickoff to the Florida Tropics' 5th season in the Major Arena Soccer League, and in fact, the Tropics will kick off the season for the entire MASL Saturday when they host the St. Louis Ambush at 5 o'clock, and it will be the Florida Tropics debut of Ian Bennett, our guest here today. And that sounds kind of funny, doesn't it?
It's interesting, right? It's 2020, man. It's been a crazy year, but excited to be here, man.
Yeah, well, obviously we're thrilled to have you here, at least for one season. We know it won't be permanent, but the Milwaukee Wave, with the COVID outbreak in Wisconsin being particularly strong, they have already decided they will not field the team here in the 2021 season. So the Wave was generous enough to let Ian come down and play here for the Tropics. First time we were talking before starting taping here, like in 11 years you haven't suited up for Milwaukee, so yeah. Just how weird does it feel? Yeah,
it's honestly, it's almost like a excited nervousness, but I mean, once I step on the field, I'm sure it's going to be the same thing, but just obviously it's different just with the locker room, different scenery. I'm used to actually walking out in snow and stuff to my car, so that's changed. It's nice weather. But yeah, like, you know, obviously once I step on the field, I'm sure it's going to be the same thing. But yeah, I'm excited to strap it on.
Yeah, good nervous, as we were talking about. One of the storylines this weekend, of course, will be your good friend Max Ferdinand, who you've played with for so many years, the famed IMAX duo of Milwaukee, no longer, at least for this year, with Max now in St. Louis. So tell me, what's the talk been between you and Max this week as you get ready for this weekend?
No, it's good, because I don't think he's got any feedback from me because we haven't played, right? So obviously I got a lot of feedback from him because they played 3 games. But
right.
No, it's just exciting to, like, you know, we're kind of at different chapters in our lives right now, and no, I think he's ready for the challenge, and I'm ready for the challenge to play without him. Obviously, I'd love to play with him, but I think it's going to be fun, you know, to see St. Louis come to town and see how we play, because I mean they look good, and it's going to be good because we've been kicking each other for like 3 weeks, so it's going to be good to actually kick some other people, hopefully.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, obviously Milwaukee, one of the gold standard franchises in the league, on and off the field, on the field with great success through the years, and the champion. Technically, the Wave are still the defending champions,
right.
Since there was no playoff last year. Tell me a little bit about coming here to the Tropics now in this training camp, how maybe it's been the same as what you've seen in Milwaukee, and maybe more importantly, how it might be different than what you've had with the Wave.
No, that's honestly, that's probably the biggest thing that I've taken from here so far. This training camp has been intense. We've been doing 2-a-days. I haven't done 2-a-days, I don't think, probably in like 6-5 years. So, but we've been doing 2-a-days, and like Coach Clay has been awesome, man. He's been getting us ready, paying attention to details, harping on that stuff, and just creating good habits and a good culture with us. But yeah, it's been, honestly, this has been like a really tough preseason, maybe one of the toughest preseasons I've ever had. So I mean, kudos to him. And guys are putting the work in, which I love. You know, there's nobody skipping out. There's no more cutting corners. Everyone's getting it done. Everyone's putting the work in, and it's just been, yeah, it's been a lot of work. I think I've been sore a lot. I know I'm getting up there in age, but no, it's been a good sore. But no, we're really putting the work in for 3 weeks so far.
Yeah, and that's been a hallmark certainly over the last couple of seasons for the Tropics and their preseason. Interested from your perspective of last year when the Tropics won the Eastern Conference Championship, what the perception outside of Florida was of the Tropics last year, what you saw. I think you guys had 3 games in the regular season. They were all 1-goal games,
yeah.
All great games, one in overtime. And what was the perception of the Tropics outside of Florida around the league, and maybe specifically in Milwaukee?
Well, thank God, me coming here, yeah. I can always say that. We beat them twice, right? We're the only ones to beat them twice. But no, the perception was they're a young team. They're very fast. They're very fit. And they were the best team. They had the best record, and they were coming into it. Honestly, going into the playoffs, they got to pick whoever they wanted. It would have been interesting to see who they would have picked for the
I never got an answer to that question, by the way, so I've asked and nobody wants to tell me.
Exactly. But no, so like seeing them, it would have been honestly good to see them in the playoffs and see how far they could go, because honestly right now, they were fantastic. I mean, they were firing on all cylinders. Everybody was dangerous. I think that was the best thing about their team. They just didn't have 1 or 2 guys. they had 4 or 5 guys, you know, and again, then some of their key players were just fantastic. So I was excited to get to join the team, especially I'm coming from, you know, my team, we're not having a team, and then being able to play for Florida, you're essentially going to the best team. I mean, it's a match made in heaven, right? So I was loving it. So I'm definitely taking all the advantage, and I get to play with, seriously, some of the best players, I mean, in the league, I think. So I'm excited.
One last question.
Yeah.
Because of that championship mindset that Milwaukee has created over the seasons, what have you talked to some of the guys here, maybe especially some of the younger guys, about what it takes to actually get to that level and win that kind of a championship? Because it's not easy, as we know.
No, it's not easy. And again, like, things could be taken away, kind of just like this COVID stuff. So you got to kind of live in the moment. And if we get to finish off this season, we got to go for it, right? So no, but honestly, I'm a guy that, if you come to me, I'll talk to you, but I'm not a kind of a preacher, you know, I'm a kind of a motivator. I love positivity, and I kind of try to lead with my actions, you know. I try to work hard on the field, try to score some goals, try to defend, and just lead by example. And then, right, I'm not that really rah-rah kind of preachy, tell you what you got to do. I'm kind of let you bring that swag, and then I'll add my swag, and then we'll come together, and hopefully we can build something special. But no, I think, honestly, the way we're looking, if we take one game at a time, I think there's going to be some big plans in the future for us. So.
Well, hopefully a lot of fans in Milwaukee will kind of adopt the Tropics.
They have to, man. They have to, man.
Drew Ruggles here.
Or I can't come back. If they don't, I have to stay here then,
yeah,
right?
right, exactly. We'll have you, trust me. We'll keep you. But yeah, it's kind of become Milwaukee South with Drew Ruggles here, Ian now, Ricardinho, who will be back, who didn't play a lot last year with injury, very good midfielder. So really there's a big Milwaukee connection, and of course Chad Vandegrift, who came over as a free agent in the offseason, so a lot of Milwaukee Wave talent will be on display this Saturday. That is the kickoff at 5:05 right here at the RP Funding Center as the Tropics take on the St. Louis Ambush. It's a weekend doubleheader with Saturday night's opener at 5 and then a rematch right away Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock, both games here at the RP Funding Center. And you can get your tickets online. Just go to the Tropics Facebook page, look up the events section, and the ticket link will be right there for you. So we hope to see you out here at the RP Funding Center. We can accommodate around 1,500 fans. I'm sure we won't have quite that many to start the season, but as we build, there are socially distanced seating here and lots of safety precautions in place. So we hope you get a chance to come out and support the Tropics. They will be home not only for this weekend, but next weekend with a doubleheader Friday and Sunday, January 8th and 10th against Kansas City. And then the 5-game homestand to wrap up the start of the regular season comes on the 16th of January with a visit by the Dallas Sidekicks. So, Ian, thank you so much for joining us. We know him as IB26. That's his nickname. So we'll get used to hopefully calling that a lot this year and have a lot of fun with having Ian Bennett on the roster, at least for this coming season. So we will have a second Tropics Weekly for you in a couple of days, a bonus edition, if you will, with Clay Roberts, as Coach and I talk about the season and how training camp has gone and give you a little preview of what to expect in 2021. So until then, have a great week, everybody.
Let's go, Tropics, baby.